Honestly, I didn't know what to expect when they released the DX Firefly, because usually, well, releases like this in DX plastic aren't as hyped up as they are, but for whatever reason, the DX Firefly seemed to get a lot of hype, and after giving it a few throws, I can see why. So this is the new Innova DX Firefly. Now, of course, the Firefly has been a super popular putter for a while now, thanks a lot, really, to Nate Sexton, but this is the first time that it's ever been released in DX plastic. And honestly, that makes a big difference. Since it's only been released in some Nexus plastic and a Software Pro in the past, I think a lot of people that were used to that DX feel are really looking forward to this release. It's a little bit softer with just a little bit more grip, but it's still firm enough that you can give it a full rip and it still holds its integrity. I think if you're a fan of cycling discs, then you're really gonna love this disc in DX plastic. One thing that I noticed about the DX Firefly is that it comes out of the hand a lot cleaner than I expected. Now, I love this disc, especially as a throwing putter in a Moondust Champion version, so I wasn't really sure how much I would like that DX feel, since, it is a little bit softer and gummier. But I'm also not a fan of that brand new KC Pro plastic where it seems a little bit slippery. Luckily, the DX Firefly is not in that realm at all. It's nice and grippy, still has some integrity, and feels great coming out of the hand. Alright, let's just get down to it. If you're a fan of that Discmania P2, you're gonna love the Firefly because it's the same mold. If you're also a player that enjoys deeper putters, then you're definitely gonna love this disc because it's basically just an AVR with an extra little added bit in the middle. Now, like I said before, I love the Firefly as a throwing putter, especially in some of those more premium plastics. So let's compare the flight of a Moondust Champion to that brand new DX Firefly. First up, let's throw the DX Firefly. We're gonna try and throw this nice and flat and just let the disc do all the work for us. See how it flies on a nice flat release. I mean, I don't know if you could get any straighter in a throwing putter other than that shot. Now quickly, let's compare that to the Moondust Champion one. Same thing, I'm gonna throw this nice and flat, try and throw it on the exact same angle that we just threw it on. Also very straight, but there is a subtle fade at the end of the flight in that Metal Flake Champion one. Of course, that's also a brand new disc out of the box, and that Metal Flake Champion one is a little bit beat in. But still, the DX Firefly seems to fly just a little bit straighter than that Metal Flake Champion one, which honestly is perfect because now you've got a great putting putter or a throwing putter that's a little bit straighter, and you can use the exact same mold but in a more premium plastic and get just a little bit more stability, which is exactly what I'm looking for in throwing putters. The DX Firefly still has all the great characteristics of the Firefly that you're going to enjoy. It's nice and deep, it's got a great flat top, a beadless bottom, and it comes out of the hand very smoothly. It's got enough glide that you can use it off the tee, and it's great both in Circle 1 and Circle 2 to nail those putts. For short tee shots and putts within Circle 1 and Circle 2, it's pretty difficult to go wrong with an Innova Firefly, but how does it work for these approach shots? Normally this is probably something that I might use an overstable approach disc for, but I think the Firefly can be that one disc that does it all. And that's parked. Now let's give it one more go, but this time let's go for an ace run. Too much hyzer. But what I will say is that disc comes out of the hand super smooth and it's super fun to throw. Now, because this disc isn't super overstable, it's also great for shaping line. Giving it a bit of anhyzer here, you're gonna be able to see just how well this disc flies. It pretty much just holds that anhyzer angle throughout its entire flight, but because it has a little bit of stability at the end, it lands nice and flat at the end so you won't get those rollaways. Now let's do the opposite and give it a little bit of a hyzer to see how well it holds that hyzer angle or if it'll flip up. Beautiful. It really does want to hold on to that hyzer angle, but I think as that disc seasons in, and it definitely will because it is a baseline plastic, that disc will just get straighter and straighter. Again, that's perfect for all those folks that love cycling in discs. So after playing around with this DX Firefly, I've come to the following conclusions. It's definitely not going to replace my premium Firefly, but it is an awesome twin for this disc. Where this disc wants to go straight and then fade, This one just wants to keep on pushing, and it's still brand new, so after it seasons in a bit, I bet you it'll hyzer flip, maybe even push and turn. Since I try and make the most minimalist bag possible, having the same mold but in different plastics be able to do different shot shapes for me is something that I look forward to in a disc. And the Firefly is definitely one of those discs, especially now in this nice DX plastic. The DX version just seems to be more of that point and shoot mold, and I think will be great if you wanted to just have a one disc round, because well, of course you can putt with it, you can also throw with it, and you can throw it on any angle. It's also decent for forehands, but during my practice what I found was that it was a little bit more understable on that, and there was a lot of wobble, and I think that's because it's a lot deeper. Personally, I don't like to forehand super deep discs, so for me this would be a backhand only disc. I'm not sure if there's ever been this much hype for a baseline putter, but I think it's warranted for this disc. The Firefly is a super popular mold for a reason. It's one of those OG molds in the fact that it's a P2, so it's great off the tee and it's great for putting. And now that it's in a nice grippy plastic that isn't super soft, but is definitely softer than those premium plastics, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. So if you're a fan of deeper putters, fan of beadless putters, or if you already have a Firefly and you love throwing them off the tee, but you're looking for something that's a little bit straighter, I think this might be it. Let me know in the comments below if you're a fan of the P2 or the Firefly, and if you're going to go out and grab one of these DX ones. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one, and as always, get out and throw.